we made it. We're connected through all the channels.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Shamini, for taking this time together. I'm really honored to be with you tonight on my Insta Live that I call Allo DocLaLuna, which is a live that I created at the beginning of the lockdown here in France to answer questions for people who are going through maybe some times of confusion, questioning about what's going on to them and what's going on around the world with this pandemic. And last week I thought about you because I saw your news and I said, well, why not ask her if she wants to share with us how you, as an American citizen with Indian roots, as a researcher, as I would say multitask woman, how do you live this crisis that we're going through? And this is why I asked you and you answered me yes, so that's great. What we're going to do before I ask you the questions is that I'm just going to do a short translation break every time because I know that a lot of people who are following us only understand French. So it's just so that it will give a pace.
Sure.
Donc, je suis vraiment heureuse de vous accueillir donc, pour ce live à DocLaLuna et ça doit être le 5e ou le 6e déjà. Et ce soir, j'ai l'honneur d'accueillir le Dr Shamini Jain. Pour ceux qui ont lu le post Instagram que j'ai fait il y a quelques jours, je vous raconte comment on s'est rencontrés il y a presque 10 ans dans un groupe de recherche à l'OTAN. Et je m'étais dit, par rapport à tout ce qu'on est en train de traverser pendant cette crise, ce serait intéressant d'interviewer une femme américaine d'origine indienne avec des casquettes multiples qui vont de chercheuse en neuro-psycho-immunologie à guérisseuse, à maman de 2 enfants, à artiste. Et voilà, c'est pour ça que j'ai envie de laisser l'espace pour Shamini. On est sur Instagram et sur Zoom avec une retranscription sur YouTube. So, Shamini, I'm back with you in English.
Great. I forgot to tell you, Natalie, my daughter is learning French right now. She's so tickled that we're doing this.
Oh, okay. We should have invited her so that she could translate or listen to.
Well, she's just beginning, but she thought this was really neat. So thank you for inviting me. I'm honored.
Et donc, la fille de Shamini est en train de prendre des cours de français, donc elle pourra nous suivre en version anglaise et française. So what I really like about, before presenting you, I just went through your website and the 3 first lines, I would say the teaser, is what if there really is no divide between science and spirituality? Is the ability to heal ourselves science fiction or actually science-based? What would the world look like if we were truly awakened to the depths of our healing potential? Let's find out. That's very, very inspiring.
Well, thank you. It's just how I feel, you know, because I think that we've been living in these polarizing forces that, you know, encourage dualistic thinking for too long. In our hearts, we know that we are spiritual beings, we're physical beings, we're emotional beings, we're relational beings, and all of these play a profound role in our health.
Great. And donc, ce que je disais à Shamini, en fait, c'est que l'introduction de son site, les 3 premières lignes me marquent vraiment. Elle pose 3 questions. Et si il n'y avait pas de division entre la science et la spiritualité? Est-ce que la capacité que nous avons à nous guérir nous-mêmes, c'est de la science-fiction ou est-ce que c'est en fait basé sur la science? À quoi ressemblerait le monde si nous étions tous réellement connectés à ces profondeurs de ce potentiel de guérison que nous avons tous en nous? Et si on allait découvrir tout ça, c'est vraiment comme ça qu'elle commence son site. Et donc, pour elle, c'est une évidence aujourd'hui, c'est ce qu'elle nous dit. C'est quelque chose qui résonne dans son cœur et il n'y a pas de contradiction. Nous sommes des êtres physiques, des êtres émotionnels, relationnels, spirituels, et tout peut tout à fait aller ensemble. So, at the moment here in France, we're starting our deconfinement. I don't know if you say that in English. And people are a little bit in between, you know. A lot of friends who have children right now are telling me, you know, I don't want to let my children go back to school and we don't feel secure. And I would like to know what's the pulse in the US right now.
It's a wonderful question. And I think it depends really on sometimes the states and the cities, but I have friends all over, and I'm living in South Carolina, which is in the southeastern part of the United States. And here, our children are not going back to school, but like you, they're beginning to open up the businesses here. And, there's a lot of concern about the economic fallouts, which is understandable, but there's also a lot of concern about if we really reduce the mandates for social distancing, will we be safe? Now, what I have noticed is that at least the people I'm interacting with are still taking their own common sense precautions. So you certainly see more people out on the road. You see more cars on the streets and things like that. You see more people in the grocery store. But here, there is still a lot of care being taken to maintain proper social distancing. Most of us are still wearing masks when we go out. And so, and then you see others that are not. And, I have friends, as you know, I used to live in San Diego for a very long time in California. And there, I've heard that sometimes the beaches are very crowded and not everyone is wearing masks. And there's concern about whether there will be a rebound because of less safe practices, say. So it's a very interesting time for us to explore how do we live not in fear, but with discernment. And that's really key for us right now is how can we go through this crisis with, some level of peace and discernment at the same time without giving into fear, panic, and the polarizing forces of the media.
Great, yeah. Donc, ma question par rapport à quel est le climat en ce moment aux États-Unis? Nous, on est en train de déconfiner en ce moment. Et ce que Shamini nous partage, c'est que c'est un peu comme nous, même si les commerces commencent à reprendre petit à petit, les enfants restent plutôt à la maison. Et après, il y a ces mesures de barrières sociales, évidemment, qui sont bien mises en place. Et en fait, ce qu'elle nous invite à faire, c'est de vraiment cultiver de la paix intérieure et du discernement pour pas rentrer dans la panique et la peur, parce que c'est vraiment ça le plus important dans ce déconfinement qui va s'installer sur plusieurs semaines, voire plusieurs mois. J'essaye de résumer vraiment le jus de ce qu'elle est en train de partager parce que c'est super passionnant. Did you or do you still have some moments of panic for yourself when you wake up in the morning, or is it really a 100% secure feeling for you?
I would not say secure, and I would not say panic. I definitely don't feel secure. I don't know anyone who really feels secure. There's multiple ripples of impact that this pandemic is having on all of us, whether it is emotional, interpersonal, physical, financial, right? It's affecting our wellness in many different areas. I don't find myself as much as in panic as I would say sometimes confusion based on the conflicting information that is often being given to us by multiple sources. And what I am trying to do is transform that confusion into curiosity. So, for example, often I have people sending me this video or that video. Well, what do you think of this news article? And what should we do? And do you think this is all a conspiracy? And, there are a lot of things going on. And so what I try to do is sort of step back and try to take in a larger picture. Because, I think that we have lived for a long time in society in a way where we just, there are forces at play that rely on our knee-jerk reaction. Okay. Whatever it is, whether it's a reaction to a commercial or, a hamburger on the television or whatever it is. In the United States, we have a lot of commercials for fast food and a lot of commercials for pharmaceuticals, right? I've noticed that because now the TV is on a lot more than it ever has been. I'm with my parents right now and they have the TV on, and I've noticed even they have moved from a state of not being glued to the television all the time, but just taking in information maybe once a day, thinking about it, trying to take a broader perspective, and then very importantly saying, what can I do right now? And checking in with ourselves. How do I feel? what do I think is safe, right? What information really do I feel a trust with in my heart, you know? So I think that it's very important for us to go back to our inner state of knowing and the groundedness of the well of our being, because these things will help us, you know, not only practice wellness, and we'll talk about this, you know, from the psycho-neuro-immunology point of view, all of the ways that we foster our inner wellness will matter in terms of our building our immunity towards anything, including this virus. But also, if we're not in a state of inner wellness, it's very hard for us to discern the information that is constantly being put upon us.
Yeah, great. So if I try to summarize what you've just said, donc la question que je lui ai posée, c'est est-ce que tu as des moments de panique quand tu travailles le matin, ou est-ce que c'est le calme à 100%, la sécurité intérieure tout le temps? Elle me répond qu'elle est ni dans l'excès de la panique, ni dans le 100% sécurité intérieure, mais plutôt dans une forme de confusion. Et en fait, ce qu'elle essaye de faire, c'est de transformer cette confusion en curiosité plutôt. Avec toutes les informations que l'on reçoit, souvent des informations contradictoires, conflictuelles. En plus, elle, comme elle a un statut de chercheur, elle a plein de personnes qui lui demandent autour d'elle qu'est-ce que tu penses de cette vidéo, ou est-ce qu'on rentre dans la théorie du complot, en fait, ce qu'elle invite les gens à faire, c'est vraiment de prendre du recul, d'avoir une vue d'ensemble et de se connecter à l'intérieur de nous-mêmes pour voir ce que notre cœur nous dit. Respirer un petit peu et vraiment lâcher le côté stimulation de l'information et tout ce que ça peut véhiculer derrière, notamment la peur, et en faisant un petit peu le calme, de voir qu'est-ce que ça me fait moi, et comment j'ai envie de prendre l'information. Est-ce que j'ai envie d'apprendre d'abord ou pas, et vraiment de revenir à soi. Et moi, je trouve que c'est un beau message d'empowerment. As I'm saying, this is a very nice message of empowerment. Whatever is coming from outside, how can you take the time to see how it resonates with you, and you can decide whether you keep the information because it helps you, it helps your family, your dear ones, or not. And that's a very wise information you're giving us.
It's important because at this time, I think we are all being asked to practice discernment, but also to trust ourselves. Right. And this is, as everyone says, you know, sometimes we call this time the great pause. Right. And so for some of us, Natalie, and, you know, I shared with you for myself, I can't say that I get to pause very much because those of us who are in service are, you know, continuing to do what we do. And yet I would say that the most important thing that we can do right now is make sure that we do not let go of our practice, whatever that practice is, whether we call it a spiritual practice, prayer, mind-body practice, whatever brings us back to our inner knowing, to have that, even for a few minutes a day, is absolutely vital for us to grow through this period.
Donc en fait, ce qu'elle nous partage, Shamini, c'est vraiment dans ce moment qu'on est en train de traverser. En anglais, on parle de grande pause, puisque plusieurs personnes ont dû lever le pied sur leurs activités de la vie de tous les jours. C'est vraiment de garder cette connexion à notre pratique intérieure, qu'elle soit spirituelle, qu'elle soit la prière, la méditation, des pratiques psychocorporelles, mais d'arriver à, même avec ce déconfinement, à rester dans cette pratique, que ce soit quelques minutes chaque jour, pour vraiment revenir dans son intériorité et se connecter à son essence profonde, pour ne pas partir dans les ouragans d'informations qui sont bombardées chaque jour, en fait. Et autre chose qu'elle disait aussi, étant donné qu'elle est psycho-neuro-immunologiste, elle nous a aussi rappelé comment c'était important pour renforcer son système immunitaire, justement, de faire des pratiques comme ça, psychocorporelles, qui vont permettre d'équilibrer notre immunité. Et ça, c'est vrai qu'on n'en parle pas dans les médias classiques, mais par rapport à ce virus, c'est évidemment éviter un maximum le contact, mais c'est aussi travailler son terrain intérieur. Et ça passe clairement aujourd'hui par des pratiques psychocorporelles. I also have a question for you about, I asked many people around me through small interviews, how do they navigate through uncertain times? You know, I asked my English teacher from the high school, I asked my nephew who is 8, I also ask some friends who are coaches or to have different perspectives. And because I know you travel a lot for your job, you give conferences all around the States and also abroad. For example, just the fact that you see your agenda and you don't know when you're going to take back a plane. How do you navigate through this uncertainty?
I think with any kind of uncertainty or crisis, the thing that I have learned over and over, and it's almost like an energetic wash, if you will. I don't really have a choice, is how it feels. It's just a giving into a complete surrender process and recognizing that you're not in control, that there is something bigger at play that you're a part of. And then just doing some really deep listening. Natalie, to point of process, I think, I don't think we're on IG Live anymore. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, I think it cut it, but it's okay. Since we're filming this one, I'll put a note on the IG so that people can come.
Great. Okay. Super. Yeah. So it's also important as we practice discernment. Now, I think it's worth talking a little bit about surrender, because for some people, this is a very scary thing, scary idea. I actually talk about it in my book that's coming up with Sounds True next year. Surrender is a key part of our process. It's certainly something that has been described in spiritual and religious cultures for millennia as a process toward liberation, essentially, spiritual liberation, right? It's part of that process. And yet when we have these situations, there's a part of us, our conditioned part of us, that just wants to control the situation. We want to have some sense of security. And the way we have this sense of security is often by saying, I'm going to control the situation. I'm going to go, in the United States, for some reason, I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of toilet paper. That was like the way everyone needed to have control of the situation out here. Funny. And yet, the way I have found personally, it works for me, is to simply say, this is the situation. I'm going to give in to the fact that this is the situation. I'm not going to fight about the fact that this is the situation. This is what it is. Now, what can I learn from it, and how can I open to a larger guidance, which to me is what surrender is? I'm not giving myself up. I'm saying I'm opening myself wider now to be able to, again, take in guidance and perspective that I may not see if I am just relying on my conditioned mind trying to control every bit of the situation.
C'est passionnant ce que nous dit Shamini. Donc, j'ai demandé comment tu fais, puisque c'est un peu mathématique ces dernières semaines, d'interviewer des personnes sur comment est-ce qu'elles font pour naviguer dans ces moments incertains. Par exemple, Shamini, comme moi, en fait, on est des grandes voyageuses, on prend régulièrement l'avion pour des motifs professionnels. Et là, le fait de ne pas savoir, d'avoir son agenda où on doit enlever différentes interventions, comment est-ce qu'elle fait, elle, pour naviguer dans cette incertitude? Et ce qu'elle me répond, c'est vraiment cette pratique, encore une fois, spirituelle, d'apprendre à lâcher prise. Quand tu vois le topo, que tu réalises que toi, tu fais le maximum, mais que là, c'est au-delà, tu ne maîtrises pas, en fait, que le fait de contrôler les événements, ça ne va pas être possible. Le fait de constater ça et de dire, comment je vais m'ouvrir à quelque chose de plus grand, faire confiance qu'il y a quelque chose de plus grand qui va aussi intervenir et me guider et peut-être créer une nouvelle réalité à laquelle je n'aurais pas pensé si j'étais restée dans mes mécanismes de conditionnement du mental qui a l'habitude de fonctionner comme ça et donc qui contrôle. Cette pratique justement du surrender, du lâcher prise, ça permet en fait, devant toute situation incertaine, de se dire, moi je fais mon maximum, maintenant je lâche et je reste ouverte à ce qui va se présenter. Ça ne veut pas dire j'abandonne complètement. Je reste ancrée à l'intérieur de moi, connectée à mes ressources, je pose mes intentions, mais j'accepte aussi de laisser quelque chose de plus grand me guider pour avancer de manière sereine. I'm going to check if we have questions because the live is going on YouTube.
Okay.
Et là, je me tourne sur les personnes qui sont sur le live YouTube. N'hésitez pas, si vous avez des questions, à les poser sur le chat. Comme ça, on prendra le temps d'y répondre avec Shamini. A lot of people are saying hello and thank you. They're all listening wildly.
Tell them thank you for listening.
Merci. Could you, when I sent you a message last week, I showed you some videos and I asked you what you thought about it. And you sent to me a very interesting article of your friend, Dr. Lisa Rankin, which is 17 things we don't know and shouldn't pretend to know about COVID-19. And I really like this article. I'm going to put the link below the video. And it reminded me how maybe in this time particularly, maybe we need more humility in the research and medical research field. What do you think about it?
We need more, we need more humility for sure. We need to understand that the scientific process sometimes takes time, and that is troubling, I know, because we need quick answers right away. And again, I think it is important that we take in all pieces of information. And that means that when we see these videos or people that are, again, imposing a dualistic thinking, for me, I question it, always. I always question it. So I am personally done with the either-or thinking that has been plaguing our medicine for so long now, Natalie. You know it well, right? So there's this idea that, if you are a holistically oriented person and, you question whether all vaccines are useful to give all at once, you're an anti-vaxxer. Or if you even question the symptom, you're an anti-vaxxer. On the other hand, you also have people that, are truly what would be called anti-vaxxers, right? That are very bullish about their point of view and only see it their way. Whenever I see those sorts of extremes from either side, I question it. And again, I go back to my inner knowing. Let's talk about what the data actually shows us, okay? In terms of our inner wellness, this is what I want to focus on. Not whether or not, we should be giving vaccines, not whether or not this person is right or this person is right. But let's go back to the data on our own inner wellness right now while we sort out whether vaccines are going to be effective and in what circumstances and for whom. I personally am not a fan of mandatory anything. And yet I do know that vaccines have saved lives. So I am absolutely not against vaccines, although I do think they need to be used with care and they need to be researched. And I think any scientist will say that, right? Any scientist will say you don't just start giving things without testing them properly and understanding what what the potential risks are. So having said that, what do we know? What we're not hearing enough of right now are all of the data that are pointing to how we strengthen our immune system by simple wellness practices. And as you know, I am a researcher in an area called psycho-neuro-immunologie. And I founded and run a nonprofit called the Consciousness and Healing Initiative. And we are essentially forwarding the understanding of healing so that we can integrate this best into healthcare. And so we have a massively wonderful new report with interactive resources to share with the community. So before I keep going, maybe I should stop and let you
yeah, sure. Donc en fait, je demandais à Shamini, je lui avais dit que quand j'avais contacté la semaine dernière, je lui avais envoyé une vidéo un peu polémique sur tout ce qui se passe avec le Covid-19, la question sur la vaccination, la question sur des sujets un peu, on va dire, qui nous titillent tous. Et ce que j'avais aimé dans sa réponse, c'est vraiment qu'on a un peu oublié l'humilité dans le monde de la recherche et de la recherche médicale. Parce qu'en fait, elle m'a répondu avec un article qu'une amie et collègue à elle a écrit. Et je vous mettrai le lien sous la vidéo. Bon, il est en anglais. C'est un article du docteur Lisa Rankin le titre de l'article, c'est « 17 choses qu'on ne connaît pas et qu'on ne peut pas prétendre connaître au sujet du Covid-19 ». Et là, en fait, j'aimais beaucoup cet article parce qu'elle nous rappelle qu'il y a beaucoup de faits aujourd'hui qui sont énoncés scientifiques, alors qu'en fait, ils sont en cours de processus d'évaluation. Donc, ce sont des hypothèses, ce n'est pas encore des faits avérés. Et il ne faut pas oublier que le processus scientifique prend du temps. Or, en ce moment, c'est vrai qu'on est dans un moment où on a besoin de résultats rapidement. C'est un peu ça le paradoxe. Il y a ce besoin de rapidité, de prise en charge. Mais à côté, le processus d'évaluation scientifique, lui, prend beaucoup plus de temps. Et ce que commençait à dire Shamini, de sa posture de chercheur, en fait, déjà, elle s'éloigne maintenant de toutes les personnes qui choisissent un extrême ou un autre, qui commencent à dire, moi, je suis 100% pour de manière aveugle, ou alors je suis 100% contre de manière aveugle. Et en fait, ce qu'elle nous rappelle, c'est de revenir à chaque fois à cet espace de calme intérieur, d'alignement, de discernement, et de reprendre les données. Parce que par exemple, elle parle des vaccinations de manière générale. Elle dit, je ne suis pas anti-vaccin, mais en tant que chercheur, je veux savoir quelles sont les données, quels sont les risques, quels sont les effets, et je veux savoir quelles sont les indications exactes, pour qui, pourquoi, quand, comment. Et donc c'est ça en fait, c'est de ne pas perdre cet esprit critique en partant dans l'ambiance actuelle qui est vraiment autour de la peur. Et elle, donc, elle a créé une organisation qui s'appelle Consciousness and Healing Initiative. Conscience et guérison, c'est une initiative autour de la conscience et de la guérison. Et là, justement, l'un des rôles de cette organisation, c'est de mettre en ligne des ressources interactives sous forme de documents, de vidéos, de conférences, pour que le grand public ait accès à toutes ces recherches autour des mécanismes d'auto-guérison et toutes les pratiques psychocorporelles et toutes les pratiques de médecine holistique qui permettent à la personne d'être dans ce chemin d'auto-guérison. Yeah, I think I've said all. I mean, the juice of all you've said. And
yeah, so we can talk about now we can talk a little bit about this. What is the data really showing us about our inner wellness, right? I've written a piece which I can share with you as well, which is published in Thrive Global, around what I call fostering our independent or internal wealth. That is wealth, you know, as WELL, because there are all of these pieces that we know when we foster a healthy spirit, a healthy mind, a healthy energy, a healthy body, we are developing a strong immunity, because our immune system is a cooperative system, right? It is absolutely designed to fight pathogens, but it is also a communicative system. And because the immune system communicates with our brain, our spinal cord, our hormone system, all of it, this means that our state of mental and emotional wellness very much impacts our immunity, right? This is what we've learned in the last several decades of research. And now we're taking it all the way to the bioenergetic. So there are some specific practices, you know, which we can do together.
Yeah.
To really foster this bioenergetic wellness. So we're talking about wellness from the inside out. And this absolutely does make a difference. It will help us dispel our fear. It will help us dispel our doubt and basically clear away, whether you want to talk about this on the emotional level, mental level, energetic level. We have to maintain that clarity and that strength, that connection with the innermost well of our being as we move further in whatever we do, and certainly during the pandemic.
Great. It's very interesting. Donc en fait, ce qu'elle rajoute, elle a écrit un autre article dessus que je vous mettrai aussi, où elle propose justement de voir comment développer ce bien-être intérieur. I'm trying to find the word in French actually, because inner wealth, you said, right? Cette richesse intérieure, en fait, c'est vraiment comme ça qu'elle le définit, hein, cette notion d'autorégulation, cette capacité d'auto-guérison que nous avons tous. Et elle, avec ses recherches en immunopsycho-neurologie, c'est hyper intéressant ce qu'elle a dit, c'est que pour elle, le système immunitaire, c'est vraiment un communicant. On le voit toujours comme étant celui qui nous défend des agressions extérieures, mais au-delà de ça, c'est aussi un organe, je dirais, en tout cas un communicant qui va permettre de communiquer entre notre système nerveux, le cerveau, la moelle épinière, les nerfs, entre nos hormones, entre nos différents appareils, en fait. Et du coup, c'est celui qui connecte, finalement, les différentes parties de nous, les différentes fonctions de nous, d'un point de vue physique, physiologique, mais aussi d'un point de vue émotionnel, d'un point de vue mental et spirituel. Et du coup, ça crée un champ d'énergie. Et c'est là où c'est hyper intéressant parce que beaucoup de ces recherches parlent de Biofield Energy. Donc, c'est les champs électromagnétiques qui permettent la guérison. Et elle va nous proposer une pratique d'ailleurs très simple pour pouvoir arriver à apaiser le mental et à cultiver cette clarté dont on a besoin en ce moment, notamment. So you said you were going to propose us a practice?
Yes, let's do that. Let's make this very, very real. Okay, so I'm going to invite all of us to just simply sit comfortably in our chairs or however we're sitting. We're standing, we can stand. If anyone feels like laying down, that is perfectly fine as well.
Ok, donc en fait là, elle va nous proposer une pratique. On a de la chance. Vous pouvez vous installer confortablement assis ou même allongé ou debout, comme vous le sentez maintenant. Le tout, c'est d'être confortable.
And we can allow ourselves to gently close our eyes if we wish, if we feel comfortable, else have them just lightly rest on a fixed gaze at something pleasant in the room.
Et vous pouvez soit fermer les yeux, si c'est agréable pour vous, ou les laisser délicatement ouverts et fixer un point sans effort.
Now we'll pay attention to our breathing, and we're not forcing anything. We're just allowing the breath to come in and out of the nose.
Et là, nous allons simplement laisser la respiration prendre tout l'espace à l'intérieur et à l'extérieur.
And let's just watch it for just a few minutes in and out of the breath, just paying attention to the sensation of the breath at the nose.
L'attention portée au niveau du nez, vous allez simplement observer pendant quelques respirations ce qui se passe, les sensations.
Now, as we enjoy this breath, let us pay attention to the soles of our feet.
Et pendant que nous profitons de cette respiration, portons notre attention vers la plante des pieds.
And opening up the soles of our feet to Mother Earth, we can feel our energy connect with Mother Earth. Feel the energy connecting your feet with Mother Earth and simply breathe into her.
Et toujours dans cette connexion à la plante de vos pieds, sentez les plantes de pieds connectées à la terre-mère, à son énergie. Et vous allez pouvoir respirer vers vos plantes de pieds et vers la terre-mère.
And we allow any tensions, thoughts, sensations to just travel down the body, down the legs, out the feet, and ground into Mother Earth.
Et là, toute pensée, toute angoisse, toute sensation, toute tension, laissez-les descendre le long des jambes, vers les plantes de pied et vers la terre-mère.
We're fostering an ionic exchange.
Nous sommes en train d'installer un échange ionique.
And now as we ground into Mother Earth, we also feel her energy coming back into us.
Et en nous connectant à la terre-mère, nous laissons aussi son énergie nous atteindre, nous rejoindre, se connecter à nous.
And we can feel this energy coming from the soles of our feet, now coming up the body, up through the soles of our feet, into our calves and our legs.
Et nous pouvons sentir cette énergie de la terre-mère qui remonte, plante de pied, les jambes,
up the hips and the belly.
Bassin, le ventre,
Just allowing ourselves to fully breathe into our lower body.
en nous autorisant à respirer pleinement vers nos membres inférieurs.
And now feeling this connection with Mother Earth, just allowing her energy to come through our body any way that she wants.
En étant bien connecté à l'énergie de la terre-mère et en restant ouverte à ce qu'elle nous transmette son énergie de la manière dont elle le souhaite.
Feeling our breath now in the heart center and feeling the breath going through our lungs.
La respiration continue au centre de la poitrine, dans nos poumons.
Allow our attention to focus on the back of the heart.
Portez votre attention à l'arrière du cœur.
And just notice the sensation here and feel the breath touching the back of the heart.
Observez simplement et accueillez la sensation de cette respiration qui caresse l'arrière du cœur.
Now we invite our guidance, however we call our guidance, our guides, our angels, our spiritual self, God, Earth, to be with us here in our hearts.
Et c'est le moment de nous connecter à notre guidance, quel que soit le nom qu'on lui donne, que ce soit nos guides, nos anges, l'univers, le grand tout. Ce que vous voulez, c'est le moment de vous connecter de cet espace du cœur à vos guides.
And allow yourself to feel the embrace of your guidance, as if they are giving you a big hug and saying, I have your back.
Et autorisez-vous, osez sentir ces guides qui vous embrassent dans cet espace du cœur.
Just feel their presence.
Sentez leur présence, tout simplement.
Guidance is with us all of the time, and we just need to invite guidance to be with us whenever we want. And when we're in a time of confusion or need some wider perspective, we can invite guidance in to help us see things more clearly.
La guidance est toujours là, notre guidance est toujours là, disponible. Et nous pouvons à tout moment demander cette aide, nous ouvrir à cette guidance dans les moments de doute, de confusion, dans les moments où nous avons besoin de plus de clarté.
So knowing this, you can thank your guidance and know that you can invite guidance to be with you at any time. Thank them for their presence.
Maintenant que vous savez ça, vous pouvez remercier votre guidance et faire confiance que à tout moment où vous en aurez besoin, vous pourrez faire appel à elle.
And when you're ready, you can open your eyes slowly.
Et quand vous serez prête, prêt, vous pourrez ouvrir vos yeux tranquillement. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity to practice together. It's very nice to do.
Yeah, it's so gentle and smooth, and it's amazing because there are like 1,000 kilometers between us.
Yes.
And I feel we are really connected.
Yes. This is the beauty of the Biofield.
C'est la beauté du biochamp énergétique que Shamini nous a permis d'expérimenter à travers cette méditation-visualisation. N'hésitez pas à partager comment vous avez vécu cette expérience. I also have a question from Lilou. She's asking us, don't you feel like in the term surrender, we also have creativity, which can emerge from a place of clarity?
Absolutely. What a wise thing that she has pointed out, which is that the more we surrender, the more we're really giving in to the creative force that runs through us.
Donc Lilou, oui, c'est une chouette question que tu as soulevée. Et Shamini confirme complètement le fait que plus tu relâches, plus tu t'abandonnes en fait au grand tout, plus cette créativité peut émerger. But she's also asking us, when this creativity emerges, I don't know what to do. How can I channel it?
What does she want to do?
Quand tu ressens cette créativité qui arrive comme ça à l'intérieur de toi, pose-toi la question, qu'est-ce que tu as envie de faire? En fait, c'est simplement d'instaurer un dialogue avec elle. Et en fait, je pense que tu vas pouvoir lui laisser des moyens de communiquer avec toi par des signes, par des sensations. There is nice interaction. And Sophie shares with us that she feels lightness and support with the meditation.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. That's wonderful.
That's really, yeah, it was, I don't know how much time it took, but it's really powerful.
Yes, it does not take long. And actually, I do have a recording of this. I'll send you a link to where people can access this meditation. I have it on YouTube, and then also on my website, people can get an audio of it directly. So, and it is called the Heart's Guidance, and it's just a way of opening our lungs and our heart and connection with spirit. And what it takes, like really about 5-6 minutes. It really doesn't take much time at all. And you know, and I'm happy to share that recording, you know, just as a guide in the beginning. But really, it's very easy for one to do on their own as well. Once you feel comfortable, you don't even have to listen to any meditation to do it. And you know, just back to the creative force question, I would just offer this, that when you feel the creative energy coming through you, don't question it. Don't allow yourself to go too much into the thinking mind, even what should I do with it? First, just enjoy it. And then ask what wants to be created. If you're really in a state of a little bit of like, I'm not sure what to do, just ask. Just say, what wants to be created through me right now? And then just do it, no matter how ridiculous it is, no matter if you've ever done it before. You know, even if it's mixing ketchup with mayonnaise, which is done, right? In the US, they think that's crazy. That's actually delicious, right? It's anything at all that comes through you. Just allow it to come through and enjoy that process. We never know where creativity is going to lead us. It's such a wonderful journey.
Pour répondre à ta question, Lilou, ça l'a bien titillé, hein, la question de la créativité, parce que je vais vous en parler après, mais Shamini est aussi très orientée vers tout ce qui est féminin sacré, créativité et connexion avec l'énergie des déesses. Et pour revenir à ta question, Lilou, elle disait qu'en fait, quand tu sens cette force créative te traverser, déjà, profites-en. Sans te poser trop de questions, qu'est-ce que je fais avec? Juste profite de l'instant présent, parce que rien que ça, déjà, ça réveille tes cellules, ça réveille ton champ énergétique. Et après, c'est de ne pas trop réveiller le mental et de demander à cette créativité, qu'est-ce que tu as envie de faire avec moi? Et d'y aller, de ne pas mettre de frein. Et elle donnait un exemple à l'américaine, si tu as envie de mélanger du ketchup et de la mayonnaise, vas-y. Et tu verras bien ce que ça va donner, en fait. C'est vraiment cette créativité viscérale, cette créativité organique, comme j'ai l'habitude d'appeler, qui ne demande pas beaucoup d'utilisation du mental. I also answered with the fact that we were discussing before the interview, the fact that you're really connected also to the divine feminine and the power of the goddesses. But to come back to what you were sharing with us with the different audios, and I'll definitely put all the links below the video, and I want to tell the people who are listening to us that I think your website, whether it's your website or the Chi website, is really full of very interesting data, but also practice. When people want to practice and feel what they read, I think it's very, very important links that you're creating, and for that, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's absolutely crucial, right? Because we can talk all day long. We have to experience it.
Exactly. And one thing I wanted to give you as feedback while translating your meditation live, I really felt in a modified state. I don't know how we can say that. I felt like we were dancing together, or I don't know, singing together. So if you want that we practice other meditations like that, both in French and English, I'm more than happy to say yes.
Oh, that would be I was just thinking, I said, you know what, this meditation I have is in English, and I've actually had some requests too to translate into Spanish and other languages. It would be wonderful to work with you. It would be so fun. It is very co-creative, as you say. Yeah. I was also admiring, wow, you know, I mean, I was admiring the whole time during this interview how effortlessly, you know, and beautifully you're translating everything. And I could feel it also when you were translating the meditation, how it was coming through you and coming through your words. Really beautiful.
Thank you. But when I start dancing between English and French, it reminds me of my time when I, traveled 3 months to the US 10 years ago, and when I got trained with the Deepak Chopra team also, being in that state of learning and sharing, open vibrations. I think when I speak in English and I guide or I listen in English in meditation, it puts me back into that place where I really loved, and I was in a kind of profound and transforming experience.
Yes.
Yes. To finish, because we could stay like many hours together like that, but I'm sure you have other things to do.
I have dinner to make.
Could you tell us a little bit about your coming book, your new baby?
Yes, thank you. It's my first public book, and it is going to be published with Sounds True Publications, which is a wonderful, wonderful group. And the book is called Healing Ourselves, Biofield Science and the Future of Medicine. And it will be out in 2021. So for those who are interested, if they connect with me through my website or our Consciousness and Healing Initiative website, they'll know when it's coming out for release. And the book is really exploring the science of healing, all the way from psycho-neuro-immunology through placebo, mind-body, and biofield science. And also, there's a special section of the book that, that I'm calling the healing keys, which are essentially, the key things that we do to augment our healing practice. And there I also integrate the scientific and spiritual views.
Mm. Can you repeat the book's title, please, so that I can translate it right?
Yes, it is Healing Ourselves is the main title.
Yeah.
And the subtitle is Biofield Science and the Future of Medicine.
Et donc le livre de Shamini, son premier livre public, entre guillemets, puisque jusqu'à présent, elle a surtout rédigé des articles scientifiques. Donc c'est vraiment grand public. Son livre va sortir en 2021 en anglais. But I hope there'll be French translation too.
I think so. It's going to be published with Macmillan Publishers as well, and I'm pretty sure they have a very global distribution. So.
Donc apparemment, il va y avoir une traduction en français et le titre, je vais vous le traduire. La science des biochamps et le futur de la médecine. Et le titre principal, c'est Guérissons-nous nous-mêmes. That would be the title. That would be the title in French. I don't know what they're going to choose, but.
Good.
Et donc il y a vraiment beaucoup de choses autour de ces recherches, autour de la neuro-psycho-immunologie, de l'effet placebo, de tous ces mécanismes d'autorégulation qui existent chez l'être humain. Mais il y a toute une partie très pratique avec des clés de guérison qu'elle propose de manière concrète. Donc je suis sûre que ça va être un best-seller, I hope.
Thank you.
And to finish, my last question. Are you optimistic for the future of humankind?
Always. Yes, I am. I don't think it's going to always be easy, but I think this is our growth process. It is just part of the process. We have to move through it gracefully and help it to lead us back to ourselves, because that's the lesson that we're being presented with.
Donc, ma dernière question pour Shamini, c'est est-ce que tu es optimiste pour le futur de l'humanité? Et elle me dit, sans réfléchir, évidemment oui, je sais, je suis optimiste. Je ne dis pas que ça va être facile, parce qu'on a des sacrés challenges à traverser, mais c'est peut-être ça aussi, c'est comment est-ce qu'on va traverser tout ça avec grâce, avec fluidité, pour mieux nous reconnecter à notre intériorité et avancer en transformant les choses. Oh, I have a bonus question. I'm sorry.
No problem.
3 things that you would implement if you were the next president of the United States.
Oh, United States. Well, universal healthcare, of course. Universal healthcare. I would also say, of course, free education. Very important for the children. And I would say a significant investment in integrative health, and looking at health from all angles, not just in one angle, but really investing in that, investing in our future, so that not only are we just investing in a healthcare system, but we're really looking at how do we improve that system of care, and how do we bring to bear all of the pieces of what makes us human and thrive, and implement that into basic common knowledge.
Et donc la petite question bonus, c'est 3 choses que tu ferais si tu devenais la prochaine présidente des États-Unis. 1, c'est le système de santé pour tout le monde. 2, c'est l'éducation gratuite pour tout le monde. Et 3, c'est des investissements massifs en santé intégrative. C'est-à-dire la santé au sens large, en n'excluant aucune branche et en mettant vraiment en place des méthodes d'évaluation, de connaissance et de diffusion dans tous les domaines, d'apprendre à équilibrer son terrain et à favoriser le bien-être de chacun.
I believe that if we do that and we approach health from this holistic perspective, just as we're beginning to learn now with compassion and kindness types of studies, exploring that on the health, that process will lead us to being a more peaceful society, because you can't force peace. You can't say, you have to be peaceful. You have to lead people to that state of peace. So when you invest in whole person health, you're investing essentially in inner peace, which helps to bring out outer peace. Outer peace naturally shows, a decrease in violence. And, certainly violence and separation are things that we have to deal with. But the question is how we deal with them effectively. It's an inner game.
Yeah, et en fait, elle insiste vraiment sur le fait pourquoi elle focus tellement sur la santé et cette santé globale. C'est parce que justement, si on investit dans la compassion, dans apprendre aux gens à se connecter à leur paix intérieure, on va réduire les violences, quelle que soit leur forme. Et on ne peut pas imposer aux gens à devenir paisibles, à se calmer. En fait, il faut les amener sur un chemin intérieur pour que cette paix se cultive déjà à l'intérieur de chacun et qu'ensuite, on puisse développer des nations qui soient plus paisibles, plus connectées à la paix. Thank you so much, Shamini. I'm just checking. We can take maybe 1 or 2 questions. Lilu tells that she's voting for you.
Tell her thank you. Tell her vote for spirit.
Yeah, Lilu, tu peux voter pour l'esprit universel. I'm checking. A lot of people are saying thank you for the wonderful meditation. I think there are no more questions right now, but anyway, since I'll be putting the video in the YouTube channel, if people are watching afterwards and they have questions, they can still put the questions and I'll send it to you.
Sounds good. Sounds great.
Great. Thank you so
Natalie,
much.
thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity. And thanks to everyone listening and watching. And
Thanks.
I'm wishing for all of us great health and peace as we journey through the pandemic together.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.